Right now, at this exact moment, imagine someone could hear everything happening inside your head. The thought you just had while reading this sentence. That same thought, playing back inside the mind of the person sitting next to you, including the ones you'd never want anyone to hear. Just imagining this gives us chills. But here's the unsettling part. We're already closer to that world than you think. In 2019, a lab in California, researchers implanted electrodes into a man's brain. He couldn't speak. The goal was simple. Take the sentence he was thinking and display it as text on a screen. And it worked. When he thought, "I want to drink water," those exact words appeared on the screen. The researchers went silent. Nobody spoke first. Because in that moment, they understood something. Thought was no longer entirely private. But then something strange happened. As the technology advanced, researchers noticed an unexpected side effect. It wasn't just the sentences he meant to say that came through. Sometimes, things he never intended to think also leaked in. Suppressed memories, shameful impulses, fragments he never planned to put into words. The machine couldn't tell the difference. Because to the brain, the thought you mean to share and the thought you desperately hide are made of the exact same electrical signal. And this is where we run into something deeply uncomfortable. Your brain is not a sensor. Censorship is something your mouth does, not your mind. Let's sit with that for a second. We spend our entire lives believing we're one coherent person, consistent, composed, in control. But when neuroscientists actually look inside our heads, that's not what they find. Thousands of fragmented impulses, contradictory desires, violent or embarrassing images that flash for a split second and vanish. We never speak them out loud, so we convince ourselves they don't exist. But that wasn't even the worst part. In 2023, there was a psychological study. Participants were asked to record every thought that crossed their mind for an entire day, anonymously, never to be shared with anyone. After the day ended, researchers asked them just one question. How many of today's thoughts, if someone had actually heard them, would have ended a relationship? The average answer was 3. 3 times a day. Every single day. Even while sitting beside the person you love, smiling. This doesn't mean we're bad people. It means the human mind was never built to be transparent. And here's the part almost nobody talks about. The reason we're able to sustain loving relationships isn't because we understand each other completely. It's because we can't hear each other's thoughts. So here's a question worth asking. If mind-reading technology were ever perfected, would that be a blessing for humanity or a catastrophe? Most people would say blessing. A world without lies. Relationships without misunderstanding, total transparency. But neuroethicists who study this closely warn of something different. The reason human society functions isn't honesty. It's something else entirely. It's the privacy of thought. Every day we silently resent, doubt, even imagine hurting the people closest to us dozens of times. But because we never say it out loud, the relationship survives. The wall around our thoughts isn't a flaw. It's the last line of defense holding human connection together. And this is where everything changes. Some neuroscientists argue that what we should really fear isn't the technology itself. What we should fear is what that technology will reveal about who we actually are. The real horror of a mind-reading machine isn't that it exposes our secrets. It's that it would show us a version of ourselves we never knew existed. Right now, in this exact second, You are processing dozens of thoughts you're not even consciously aware of. Some logical, some primal, some disturbingly dark, with no explanation at all. You call all of it you. But is that actually true? Or is the you that you know simply the fraction of your mind you've chosen to let through? Which brings us back to where we started. If someone could hear your thoughts in real time, right now. This was never really about privacy. It's about the collapse of the very idea of self. Everything we've believed to be our identity, consistent, moral, fully devoted to the people we love, might actually just be an edited highlight reel, selected, filtered, and curated from an overwhelming, chaotic stream of thought, moment by moment. And that editing process, ironically, might be the exact thing that makes us human. On the day machines can finally read our minds, what we lose won't be privacy. What we lose will be the story we've always told ourselves about who we are. This was never really a story about neuroscience. This is a story about us. Every thought you never spoke today, every one you kept buried, in that silence, you protected someone else. And in the same breath, you protected yourself. Maybe human beings aren't beautiful because we're honest. Maybe we're beautiful because we know how to stay silent. And if the day ever comes when that silence disappears completely, what we'll finally face won't be each other. It will be ourselves, for the first time, with nowhere left to hide.